For most of my 20s, I thought a great life was built by achieving more. More money, get in better shape, travel more, buy nicer things. And while all those things are great, I don't think they're actually what makes life better. Over the last few years, I've started to notice something different. And I'm still figuring this out, but I've noticed that whenever I feel genuinely fulfilled, it's not because I accomplished something, it's what that accomplishment gave me. Looking back, every area of my life has been teaching me the same 8 lessons. The first lesson is that fitness isn't just about fitness. When I was younger, I played a bunch of sports. You were always working out, always training for the next season while in the season of a different sport. And that was fantastic. But once you're out on your own and fitness is whatever you make it, that's when I started to focus on six packs, PRs, and looking aesthetic because that's just what the trend was. And in the beginning, that's great. And that's all the motivation you need. And it's working out great. But over time, you start to realize that fitness is more than just looking good. You start to realize that all those days, weeks, months, and years of training actually gave you more confidence, clarity, energy, and mental capacity because all that discipline it took to be persistent all of that time and prioritize and time management with everything that life throws at you, you realize that you take those practices from just the gym or running, whatever type of fitness you do, and how easily they translate over into the real world. And so yes, fitness is fitness. It is just getting stronger, faster, having a better diet, being a little bit leaner. But over the years, I realized that fitness isn't just the destination. It's actually the vehicle. Lesson number 2 is that travel isn't just about the places. When I was younger, I didn't want to travel a whole bunch because I liked my routine, my friends were here. I figured if it was really that pretty, I could just watch a movie of it or find an image on Google and see it just like everybody else. I originally thought traveling was just about collecting destinations and saying that you've been somewhere and being able to check that box off. But instead, I've realized that travel is collecting perspective. Going to a new place is always so exciting and you take a bunch of photos and videos thinking you're gonna remember this forever. But reality, the actual trip memory and the destination slowly fades in your memory. But the perspective and the emotion that you learned and felt along that way, those stay. And I've learned that the best trips didn't just change my passport, they changed how I viewed the world. Lesson number 3, relationships make everything better. I've slowly started to learn that nothing is worth achieving if you have to celebrate alone. There is no worse feeling than trying super hard at something, achieving it, getting a glass of champagne to toast, and turning around and realizing there's no one behind you. Having a support system like I have my family, Brooke, my friends, they are the ones that make it worth it. They are the reason why I want to achieve because I want to make them proud. I want them to be proud to know me and to be a part of my life. I try every single day to make them as proud as possible, and I am so thankful for them as my support system. Nothing is worth achieving if you have to achieve it alone. Success is amplified by the people you get to share it with. Lesson number 4, work is more than just a paycheck. A lot of people are gonna disagree with this, but you don't have to love every single day. But meaningful work gives structure. It gives you purpose. It gives you a place to grow. So many people get wrapped up in making work their identity. And when people ask, what do you do? Well, I do a lot of things. Are you asking about what I do for work? What I do for play? What I do when I'm watching TV and the show isn't that good? And I don't believe that work should be your entire identity, whether you're working corporate, entrepreneur, nonprofit, tech, whatever it is. I don't think it should be your whole identity, but work should help support it and help you build that identity. Lesson number 5, and this is a weird one, and I have this perspective and I learned this lesson from the places that I've lived. So if you don't know, Brooke and I had lived in Charleston for the last 3.5 years, and now we reside in Fort Lauderdale. And lesson number 5 is the ocean. Now, this one is unique to me, but you can also use this as a metaphor that's unique to you. Brooke and I love the ocean. We love the beach. We love to just sit there, watch the wave, think about whatever problems we have, and they all just seem to disappear. The ocean seems to make us relax. The ocean is a safe place. The ocean is a place that we've built and strengthened our relationship. So whenever something starts to get really hard, we always find ourselves ending up at the ocean, the beach. And there's no real science behind it, but it puts things into perspective. All your problems start to feel smaller and you start to focus on the things that actually matter. All the tiny little anxieties, the little cabinet that's been making you angry all day, the fans clicking a noise, and you look out into the ocean and you realize how big the world is. And those small little problems that are so easy to get caught up into just seem to fade away. And the ocean for us is a way to reset those perspectives. And that bleeds into lesson number 6, solitude. Now, I grew up in a big family. There were 6 of us. There was just always constant noise going on. You were never alone. You were always busy, always someone to talk to. And then shipped off to college, living with my friends. You're on campus. There's always something to do. And then graduating, moving into a place on my own that I had never been, and having to be alone really for the first time. And it was very challenging for me. I couldn't sit in the quiet. I had to be stimulated. TV, phone, I had to call somebody. I had to be outside the apartment because I couldn't just sit. And I've learned how precious those moments are when it is just silent, when you don't have your phone, when nobody's calling you, when there's nothing to do, and you are able to have those moments of solitude. Now, I'm not saying that every single day, all day, you need to have solitude, but I am saying that it is important to have little moments throughout the week where you are able to have it, where it's just you and your thoughts, and you can let your mind spiral and work out some of the problems that you've been having. And in the beginning, it is very scary. You're sitting there squirming, you feel anxious, you're just waiting for the time to be over so you can go back to doing whatever you are. And over time, you actually start to really enjoy your company. And the ability to enjoy your own company might be one of the greatest skills that you can build. Be your best friend. Love yourself. Lesson number 7, faith. Now, I grew up in a little bit of a religious family. We'd go to church on Christmas, Easter, maybe a couple times spread out throughout there. So it was always a part of my life, but not all consuming. I still try to be involved with my religion as much as I can, and I do try to practice it as much as I can. But besides what actual religion you are, they all, for the most part, preach the same thing: humility, gratitude, and hope. And I think it's important to subscribe to a religion, no matter what it is, because it helps you realize that your worth isn't determined by your success. Faith reminds me that I'm more than my accomplishments, and there's more to all of this. And finally, lesson number 8, friends. I have lived all over the country, have had amazing friends in every state, every house, every living situation that I've been in. I have made some great friends all around. And I think a lot of people struggle to make friends, which is a whole different topic. But once you start to realize that people are loving and people do care and people want strong bonded relationships, they're out there, and I have found them, and they make life so much better. And it's important to have all different kinds of friends. A friend to invite over for a game night that you know is going to be the entertainment. The athletic friend that you know hasn't golfed in a year but can pick up a club and still shoot par. A friend that just likes to chill and you can go sit at the beach all day and not have to worry about holding a conversation with them. Or even better, if you're stressed and you're just looking for conversation but you don't want to get in anything too deep and you just want a friend to joke around with. And also, probably one of the most important, having a friend that you can have those deep conversations. And having these friends are so important. You could have your 2 best friends, or you can have your 20 best friends. It doesn't matter, but having someone there that can help you, entertain you, have funny moments with, and do those things with is so important. So I don't think having a great life is just maximizing one thing. Not money, not fitness, not travel, not career. I think it's built by collecting experiences that make you a better person. And so all these lessons add up to the idea that maybe we've been chasing achievements when really we should be chasing meaning. And I'm still trying to figure all this out. I'm in my 20s still, but the older I get, the less I care about creating an impressive life, and the more I care about creating one that I actually want to live. A lot of these lessons I've been able to learn through my favorite practice field, fitness, and I've actually created a free PDF course. The link is in the description below. You click on it, put your email in, it sends it to your email box. It's free, check it out, let me know what you think of it. It's basically a course that has helped me get to some of these realizations that I just talked about. And who knows, maybe in another 5 years, these lessons will change, my perspective will change, and I'll say I have no idea why I ever said that. But right now, at this point in my life, at 27 years of age, the 20s that I've lived in, these lessons I've learned, and I think they are so important. And if you can focus and improve in all these different categories on building a more meaningful life, I think you'll find that you'll actually succeed more and at the same time feel more accomplished. Thanks for watching another one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.